It is December 4th, 2023. You are...
Shannon Armstrong, Sarah's mother.
Alright, so we're gonna go through... I cannot remember what it's called, but in case of medical situations, this is what I want. Advanced Directive. So, decisions for specific therapies. If my mental or physical state has deteriorated, the prognosis is grave, and there is little chance I will ever regain mental or physical function, I would like the following. Wait, hold on. I might not be at the right spot. Oh, I'm definitely not. Well, first we start off with the values worksheet, actually. Okay. Which is on a scale of 0 to 4, how important I feel these certain things are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a general guideline for if I'm incapable of making decisions, okay, she's more.
Yes.
So letting nature take its course, very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Preserving quality of life, very important to me. Staying true to my spiritual beliefs / traditions is not at all important to me. I'm a heathen. Come on, let's go. Living as long as possible, regardless of quality of life, incredibly not important. That's a 0. Being independent is pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3 on the scale. Being comfortable and as pain-free as possible, very important. Leaving good memories for family and friends, very important. Making a contribution to medical research or teaching, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to relate, mostly important. I understand that it's not entirely possible. Being free of physical limitations, somewhat important.
Mm-hmm.
I can survive having some physical limitations. Being mentally alert and competent, extremely important. Being able to leave money to family, friends, or charity, very important. Dying more quickly rather than lingering, very important. Avoiding expensive care, very important. Okay. What will be important to you when you're dying? Physical comfort and little to no pain is very important. Having family members who want to be there and feel themselves capable of being there is also very important.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if there's any children, that's up to the parents to decide if they should be in there or not. How do you feel about the use of life-sustaining measures in the following situations? Terminal illness, permanent coma, irreversible chronic illness, and dementia. For terminal illness and permanent coma, a DNR will be issued. For irreversible chronic illness and dementia, a DNR may be issued depending upon the severity of the dementia and or chronic illness. Do you have strong feelings about particular medical procedures? If I'm entirely dependent upon a respirator and artificial nutrition and hydration, then a DNR will be issued. Should I be brain dead or in a permanent coma, then life support should be removed after 6 months. What limitations to your physical or mental health would affect the healthcare decisions you would make? My mental health is poor enough that I cannot make decisions for myself. I would like a DNR to be issued. If I'm entirely dependent on life support, a DNR will be issued. If I am brain dead or in a permanent coma, life support needs to be removed after 6 months or sooner. Would you want to be placed in a nursing home or care facility if your condition warranted? Yes, only if home care is more cost effective. Should I be taken care of by my family? Would you prefer hospice care with the goal of keeping comfortable in your home as an alternative to hospitalization? No, hospitalization is preferred so long as it can be afforded. In general, do you wish to participate or share in making decisions about your healthcare and treatment? Yes, all medical treatment and healthcare decisions should go through me first, so long as I'm capable.
Do you need to write that?
Yeah, go ahead. Would you want to always know the truth about your condition, treatment options, and the chances of success of treatments? Yes. I should always know the truth about my situation, unless my mental health deteriorates to the point I cannot understand what is being told to me. Okay. Particular wishes for therapies that could sustain life. Okay, so this is the part we were at earlier. Prognosis is grave, little to no chance I will ever recover from it. Antibiotics if I develop a life-threatening infection of any kind for a trial period.
Mm-hmm.
Dialysis if my kidneys cease to function either temporarily or permanently on a trial period. Trial period is if it shows significant improvements in a certain period of time.
Improvements not just going to be, for 3 weeks. Yeah, I get it.
Artificial ventilation if I stop breathing. No. Electroshock if my heart stops beating. No. Heart regulating drugs, including electrolyte replacement if my heartbeat becomes irregular. Trial period. Steroid therapy if tissue swelling threatens vital centers in my brain. Trial period. Stimulants, diuretics, or other treatment for heart failure. Trial period. Blood plasma or replacement fluids. Trial period. Artificial nutrition and hydration both get trial periods. And it's doctors may see whether therapy quickly reverses my condition. If it does not, discontinue it.
Right.
Okay. Dementia provision. I have forgotten everything about my past, but I still recognize those closest to me. I want to live as long as possible.
Wait.
This is... The options are I want...
Oh, if this is the situation...
This is the situation. I want to live as long as possible.
Yes. Okay.
I no longer recognize my loved ones, but I still smile and seem happy in my own world. I want to live as long as possible.
They pretend.
I no longer recognize my loved ones, and more often than not, I seem unhappy, sad, or anxious. I want no life-saving treatments. I am suffering mentally from anxiety, and you are not able to control it with medication. Keep me comfortable, and stop or avoid any treatments that are preventing me from dying from other diseases. That's a quality of life one. I am angry or violent, but with medication I am normally okay. I want no life-saving treatments. That's the same as a DNR, as I understand it. I am angry or violent, and it is not controlled with medication. Keep me comfortable, and stop or avoid any treatments that are preventing me from dying from other diseases. I can no longer communicate with my loved ones through words. I want no life-saving treatments. And for this one, I also count sign language.
Yeah.
If I could learn sign language and communicate through sign language, then it's, I want to live as long as possible. Or by writing. If language is totally and completely unavailable to me, then I want no life-saving treatment. I can no longer feed myself. No life-saving treatments. I can no longer bathe myself. No life-saving treatments. I can no longer toilet myself. Live as long as possible. That's not an issue. I think actually this one's a misclick. The no longer bathe myself was also supposed to be live as long as possible. I did the bathing and the toileting.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
I can no longer dress myself. Live as long as possible. The only option of care for me is the nursing home. Live as long as possible. I no longer seem interested in food, but I will swallow if a spoon is held to my lips. No life-saving treatments. I am unable to leave my bed. Keep me comfortable, and stop or avoid any treatments that are preventing me from dying from other diseases. And healthcare proxy information is you.
EY.
You never use your first name, so I forget how to spell it. our alternative healthcare proxy is Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll need witness signatures. This one is to medical providers. We currently do not have a medical provider. Again, this would be who's allowed to visit me. This can be filled out in a hospital.
Again, there's no people that.
Oh no, this is preferred medical facilities.
Right, but there's nobody that you don't need to come in to see you.
Yeah. That's residential things that you need to do with a residence.
Yeah.
Here's the visitation authorization. Don't need that one. And that's it. Do you have issues?
No, my only thing is, being the ignorant person that I am, I just need to get my head around the situation and then what does each thing explicitly mean, just for my own curiosity. I get,
Yeah.
and the clarity in my own brain, like I'm thinking if I was to make these decisions, what it means.
I want to live as long as possible is you revive me, you do everything you can for me.
Yes.
I want no life-saving treatments is essentially a DNR.
Yeah.
Keep me comfortable and stop or avoid any treatments that are preventing me from dying from other diseases is just essentially just a DNR plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I know,
don't go out of your way. Just let me die.
Yeah.
Let nature take its course with me.
And see, my it's hard for me to look at it.
And then the option I didn't choose for any of them is withholding food and water.
Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And I understand. I mean, I kind of agree with where you are on these. There's one or two that I'm like, okay, I don't necessarily, as your mother, want you in that situation. I'd rather have you in then circling another one, kind of thing.
And this might change in the future, but
yeah,
as I am right now, this is my preference.
And I always say, well, I don't know if that's got anything to do with me, but I pretty much concur with where you put things.
Any questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to.
Yay.
So we did discuss this previously, but we messed up that video, so none of this is new to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Hospice.
Perfect thing I was gonna say, and I can't remember.
I have no desire to undergo hospice at home.
Yes.
Don't want you to have to take care of me in my last days. I want you to be able to be separated from having to take care of me, from those feelings where you can just kind of not be caregiver 24/7. Only if it's the most affordable option should it be home hospice. Reasoning is I have very clear memories of not wanting to go to the cabin after Poppy died. And for even longer after I went to the cabin of not wanting to go into that room. Which sucked because that was the only place there was entertainment. It's the place where the computer was. I was bored as heck.
Getting there and just gonna play on the computer where your grandpa died.
I couldn't handle being there when he passed, and I don't want that. Plus, the logistics of getting me in here, you'd have to take all my shit out of my room, or put me in the living room, you'd be tripping over me. It's not.
But what about the logistics of us having to get to the hospital every day, all day?
Getting in a car is different than cleaning out my entire room in order to fit medical equipment in there. Also considering this is a rental house.
That's good.
Body disposal. I want my body to be donated to a body farm and my organs donated. My organs can only be donated if I'm die at a hospital.
Right.
Otherwise, they're not viable. Don't read my messages.
No, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what's going on?
The Texas State Body Farm is the closest, though we are just outside of their transport range. which means you will need to contact the funeral home to have me transported to the Austin airport or to FACT, which is their facility.
Yeah.
Which could cost upwards of $1,000, but that's still cheaper than a funeral. You'll need my name, deceased residence, my social security number, date and time of death, current location where my body's at, attending physician name and phone number, your name, where you live, telephone numbers for both of us, I think, or whichever telephone number is appropriate, and your relationship to me. Should you decide that you really want my body returned and you don't mind not going with my first choice of where my body's going, then donate it to Texas A&M University. Penalty for not going with what I want is that you have to fill out the form, which is the donation of a descendant's body form. And it has to be filled out by closest next of kin, which would probably be you. And there's a fee of $100 that is paid to the school.
And when does that form be filled out?
As soon as I'm dead.
Okay. Yeah, not like I have to do it now and then send it in. No.
Additionally, should the Texas A&M option be chosen, my organs are not to be donated. So, as I'm laying there dying, you're going to have to make that decision real quick of whether you want to go with what's already established or make a phone call, cancel that one, and...
Yes. Send you to A&M.
Send me to A&M.
We get you back from A&M as well?
Yes. This is the option where the body is returned.
Okay, but not Texas.
It will be cremains. Texas State puts me into the teaching catalog.
Okay, and when they're done with you?
They don't get done with me.
Okay.
My bones are then used to teach.
Just your bones. Okay.
Yeah. The body farm is going to be studying how I decompose.
A&M is the medical.
A&M is they give me to the medical students.
But so I can't get your bones back at
You cannot get
Texas?
my bones back at the body farm.
Okay.
Because that's part of, say a case comes that
the
body
need
decomposes.
to see the bones, yes.
Yeah.
I get that. I get it.
I want my body to do good in the world, even when I'm no longer inside it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that there's comparatively little expense is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that both programs also issue the death certificate, but I'm not positive. So you might have to organize the death certificate and pay to get the death certificate.
Right. Well, that would be through
That's through the government.
Right, and funeral home usually. I don't know. I can't even talk on it.
I'm pretty sure
I have
the
no
programs do it.
Yeah.
My default executor will be my mother, Shannon Armstrong, with my eldest sister, Rachel Howard, to step in if you find yourself unable to complete this task. All of the money in my account should go towards the transportation of my body to Texas State University Body Farm, or any associated costs and fees related to the donation of my body, such as the return costs if the A&M option is chosen.
Right.
Any leftover funds are to be used to rent a campsite, wherever my family should choose, for a family memorial / reunion / get together to celebrate my life. Silly string and water guns should be procured as part of this expense. Should there be any funds after the campsite is rented, then that is to be used to assist anyone who wishes to travel to my memorial and needs some monetary assistance to do so. Rachel's to delete any embarrassing files off my computer and phone, as well as clear my browser history. Regarding my possessions, Teddy Blanket is to go to you. If I haven't finished fixing him, I would like you to finish that for me. Mm-hmm. It seems fitting that you would get back what you made for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that blanket so much. He protected me from scary things, and I hope he protects you too. The untouched teddy blanket embroidery pattern I have is to go to my sister Hannah, to be done for any future child she has. I hope this can make up in some small way for not being a part of their lives. I hope she fills every stitch with love and fond memories. I would not have been the person I am without her, and I hope she remembers that when making this blanket. Hannah, do me a favor with the design and try to find a pretty backing fabric in brown. Rachel is to get the signed copy of Lord Brocktree I have, as reading those books together was so important to me. I cannot explain how much those days mattered to me. There was a time when she took a moment to connect with me, and that made me love that book series more than I ever would have without her doing that. Fiona de Vassal, my best friend, gets first choice of all my skull decor because I know she'll appreciate it. And my bottle of Whitney's Pink Lemonade vodka. I know she hates Whitney's, and I think it's funny to leave it to her. Fiona's humor is a light in dark times, and I hope that makes her laugh. All other possessions are to be divided up and given out to family as they so desire. Any leftover clothes or other items are to be sold or donated as seen fit. Virtual world, all my social medias are to be left as they are. I barely use them, and I see no issue with them remaining.
Okay, so but if we just want to go in and get rid of them, that's okay.
That's okay.
If you can, I don't know if you can.
You can.
Yeah, I know you can deactivate them, but I don't know if you
Yeah.
can get rid of them. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Socially, I intend to leave video messages from my niece, Winifred Howard, and nephew, Ira Howard. However, they are not complete and will not be put in this document at this time, as I feel they are personal beyond what I would be comfortable putting in a document that will be graded. I would like my memorial, as mentioned above, to take place in the form of a camping trip. I would like as much of my family to attend as possible, but I understand it will not be possible for everyone to come. It will be a celebration of my life. There will be a campfire, s'mores, a potluck dinner, and specifically silly string and or water guns, depending on the weather. These will be used to spray anyone who talks about me like I was better than I am, or like I was saint-like. No exceptions, no one is safe. Stories are to be told, and y'all better be laughing. I would like for Texas A&M / my professors to be made aware of my passing. It may be vain and or prideful, but I don't want anyone to think I dropped out. I want it to be known that I did not give up on my dreams. I was made unable to obtain them. For information dispersal, my social security card is in my wallet, and my birth certificate is in a file folder under my bed. It looks like it's made of cork with colorful bits in it. Right. Any questions? Simba's looking at me like he has questions about everything.
No questions. I mean, we did kind of cover them before, but again, the issues I have with the body farms is not getting your body back. And I know that with the A&M, that's not what you want. But I get your body back.
Well, both options are being left in, easily accessible.
I know.
Because you might, in the moment when you're doing it, you might be hit with the feeling of, no, I gotta do what Sarah wanted.
Yeah, I know. And it's perfect for you. I mean, that really truly fits you, but again, making it about me. But your mother, as your mother,
to
I want a
rehash
place
some
for you
things
to
that
be.
in the previous video you were surprised by my decision
with the hospice.
about hospice.
Yes, because of the experience I had with Poppy, and the
yours was a lot more positive than mine was because
yes,
you were
because
coming at it
I
from
was
an adult mindset,
and my faith,
and I was
with it.
traumatized by my first true experience with the death of a loved one.
Yes, and it was
Don't
just
touch me buttons. Bite
the
me?
just the not pleasure, the gift
Don't bite me.
of being your mother and continuing to take care of you
Yes.
when you most need it.
I understand that. Also, I'm too proud.
And
My pride is a factor
pride goes
in
before
this.
you fall, and
Mhm.
you're
I
gonna
mean,
fall in. But
at that point, I would not be able to get up. I've fallen and I can't get up.
but that's
Um,
the and it's the. Like you said earlier, it is kind of a selfish thing to want to do that. Selfish pride.
Do you have any issue with
Yeah.
the monetary allotment or any of that stuff?
No,
The
because I look at it and go,
memorial
you ain't gonna
plans?
have a lot of money.
There's not a lot there,
It's
but
like tomorrow, you got no money. There's nothing.
it might be enough to rent a campsite. And I know I probably got a little overreached, maybe a little, with what funds are there, of what's possible. But that's just what I would
doesn't
like to
matter.
be done with
We
the
can-
money, if it's possible.
Well, and if you got money, it'll go towards it. Whatever you got will go towards it. If you got no money due to medical or whatever you've
Yeah.
had to use, a camping trip will be paid for. So you don't have to worry about that. You know, Auntie
it's-
Sloan would step up.
It's not pressing
Donna
that
and all
the
them would step
memorial.
up.
It's not pressing that the memorial happen immediately.
Right.
It can happen
A
20
question.
years after I die
Question.
if necessary.
If we can't get Daddy's side and our side, everybody to be able to come at one time, can we then have more than one?
You can have more than one.
Okay. So we can do Daddy's side, my side, if it
Yes.
works better that they
If
can all
that
get
works
together
better,
at that time. Yes.
that's just. If you wanna, say with Dad's side, if you wanna just slap it on top of the typical family reunion, that way you don't gotta plan 2 trips. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. Simba, are we stressing you out with this conversation?
and I had the perfect response to come at you with the hospice. I thought of early this
Simba
morning.
Is
And I can't
present
remember.
and contributing to the discussion as much as his little orange head can.
And he's laying there comatose.
Do you have a DNR order, sir?
But everything that you've laid out and have said and want truly fits who you are in your personality. And
Alright. Thank you.